Welcome back to our channel. Today, we explore the captivating yet tragic story of Frances Bavier, the beloved actress known worldwide for her heartwarming role as Aunt Bee in The Andy Griffith Show. While she charmed audiences with her endearing performance, Frances's life behind the scenes was far from the idyllic world of Mayberry. Hidden beneath her cheerful public persona was a profound and troubling struggle that led to a heartbreaking end. What unseen battles did Frances Bavier face, and how did she keep her personal turmoil hidden from the public eye? Join us as we uncover the untold story of Frances Bavier's life, filled with both joy and sorrow. Stay with us for this emotional journey. Everything will be revealed in this video. Early life. Frances Elizabeth Bavier was born on December 14, 1902, in Gramercy Park, New York City. Her father, Charles Bavier, worked as a stationary engineer, while her mother, Mary, dedicated her days to homemaking. From a young age, Frances aspired to become a teacher and pursued this dream by enrolling at Columbia University. However, during her time at Columbia, her path took an unexpected turn when she discovered her true calling during a vaudeville performance. The allure of the spotlight and the applause of the audience ignited a passion for acting that she couldn't ignore, eclipsing her once cherished dreams of teaching. Frances made her Broadway debut in the play The Poor Nut in 1925, marking the beginning of her successful career in theater. Despite the challenges of the competitive industry, her determination and passion for acting drove her forward. She enrolled at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts to hone her skills under the guidance of seasoned professionals. Immersing herself in rigorous training, Frances embraced every opportunity to expand her portfolio and perfect her craft. Each lesson served as a stepping stone toward mastering the art of performance. Her career began to flourish as she took on various roles in theater, film, and television. She made her film debut with an uncredited role in the 1931 romantic comedy Girls About Town, directed by George Cukor. Her first significant role came in 1951 with the science fiction film The Day the Earth Stood Still, directed by Robert Wise. Frances's television debut came in 1952 with an appearance on the crime drama series Racket Squad. Over the next few years, she appeared in numerous television shows, including City Detective and Dragnet. Her versatility as an actress was evident as she took on various roles across different genres. In 1960, Frances landed the role that would define her career, Aunt Bee, on The Andy Griffith Show. Her portrayal of the warm and nurturing Aunt Bee endeared her to audiences and earned her widespread acclaim. Despite her success, Frances faced challenges behind the scenes, including tensions with co-star Andy Griffith. Their conflicting personalities and work styles often led to disagreements, yet their on-screen chemistry remained unaffected. Frances's portrayal of Aunt Bee was so convincing that it became difficult for her to separate herself from the character. She felt trapped by the role and longed to be recognized for her broader body of work. This struggle was a source of personal frustration for her, but she continued to deliver memorable performances throughout the show's run. After retiring from acting in the late 1970s, Frances moved to Siler City, North Carolina, seeking a quieter life. However, adjusting to life in a small town proved challenging for the Manhattan native. She became increasingly reclusive, living with her many cats and rarely making public appearances. In her later years, Frances suffered from various health issues, including heart disease, breast cancer, and arthritis. She was hospitalized for heart problems in November 1989 and passed away on December 6, 1989, just 8 days before her 87th birthday. Despite the challenges she faced, Frances Bavier left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry. Her legacy as Aunt Bee continues to be cherished by fans, and her contributions to film and television remain a testament to her talent and dedication. Career. Frances Bavier's career flourished as she embarked on an extraordinary journey including joining the United Service Organizations, USO, to entertain American troops in the Pacific during World War II. In 1931, she made her film debut in the romantic comedy Girls About Town, directed by George Cukor. Although her role was uncredited, her presence added charm to the film's ensemble. Her breakthrough came in 1951 with the science fiction classic The Day the Earth Stood Still, directed by Robert Wise. This role marked a significant milestone in her career, propelling her into the spotlight and establishing her as a distinguished actress. Bavier transitioned to television in 1952, making her debut appearance on the crime drama series Racket Squad. From there, she graced the small screen in various television shows over the following years, including City Detective and Dragnet. Her next significant film role came in 1952 with The Lady Says No, in which she portrayed Aunt Alice Hatch, adding depth and charm to the story. During the same year, Bavier also made notable appearances in other films such as Bend of the River and Stooge, further showcasing her versatility and talent on the big screen. In 1953, she took on a significant role in the film Man in the Attic, directed by Hugo Fregonese. Her last Broadway appearance was in 1951, where she starred in the play Point of No Return, which enjoyed a successful run of 365 performances alongside Henry Fonda. Throughout the 1950s, Bavier's presence graced both the silver screen and television screens alike. She appeared in numerous movies during this era, showcasing her versatility, while also making memorable appearances on television shows. From 1954 to 1956, Frances Bavier featured in the sitcom It's a Great Life, playing the role of Amy Morgan. In this comedic series, Bavier brought Amy Morgan to life with her comedic timing and engaging performance. The show provided audiences with laughter and entertainment as they followed the adventures of Amy Morgan and her family. Bavier's portrayal added depth and humor to the show, contributing to its success during its 2-year run. From 1957 to 1958, Frances Bavier portrayed the character Nora Martin in the sitcom The Eve Arden Show. Alongside Eve Arden, Bavier brought humor and charm to her role, contributing to the comedic dynamic of the series during its run. However, it was her groundbreaking role as Aunt Bee in The Andy Griffith Show in 1960 that truly catapulted Bavier to widespread acclaim and recognition. Reluctance and acceptance of the Aunt Bee role. In television, it's not uncommon for actors to hesitate before accepting roles that ultimately define their careers. Frances Bavier, known for her role as Aunt Bee, experienced this uncertainty firsthand. Despite Aunt Bee becoming an iconic character, Bavier initially had reservations about the role. With a thriving career in Hollywood and on Broadway, she had the luxury of being selective about her roles. The character of Aunt Bee did not immediately capture her interest when first offered. In a 1966 interview, she admitted that the dialogue seemed unrealistic to her. Coming from New York, the quaint charm of Mayberry felt worlds apart from her usual surroundings. However, as Bavier spent more time in the South, her perspective shifted. Her first trip to the region was eye-opening, challenging her initial assumptions. She began to appreciate the authenticity of Andy Griffith's portrayal and the genuine warmth of Southern life. What once seemed unfamiliar, the dialogue and interactions of the characters, began to resonate with her as she discovered the true essence of Southern culture. The writers ensured that each character felt real, and Bavier's experiences confirmed the authenticity of the dialogues and character depictions. A surprising twist occurred during the creation of Aunt Bee, the maternal figure in The Andy Griffith Show. Her character wasn't just carefully crafted in scripts, it also emerged through spontaneous decisions and Bavier's exceptional acting. An interesting development happened just before the show took off. Andy Griffith, the main actor, decided to change her character's name from Henrietta to Bee during initial rehearsals. This spur-of-the-moment decision revealed Griffith's deep understanding of the character and how she would best connect with the audience. Although it may seem like a minor alteration, this change significantly impacted Aunt Bee's personality. The name Bee captured her nurturing and warm qualities, akin to a busy bee contributing to its hive. It also hinted at Aunt Bee's importance in the series, bringing warmth, wisdom, and delicious pies to the community of Mayberry. Frances Bavier's portrayal of Aunt Bee was so genuine and touching that it became hard to separate the actress from the character. This resulted in a timeless character that continues to be loved by audiences even decades after the show first aired. Although Frances Bavier had doubts initially, she embraced the role of Aunt Bee wholeheartedly. Her dedication and passion for the character were so strong that it's difficult to envision anyone else portraying Aunt Bee with the same level of genuine warmth and sincerity. Aunt Bee's heartfelt legacy, The Andy Griffith Show, debuted on television screens in 1960, capturing the hearts of viewers with its delightful charm. Created by Sheldon Leonard and Danny Thomas, the show revolved around the life of Sheriff Andy Taylor, portrayed by Andy Griffith, in the fictional town of Mayberry. Praised for its wholesome humor, endearing characters, and captivating storylines, the series quickly became a timeless classic. Frances Bavier took on the role of Aunt Bee Taylor throughout all 8 seasons of the show, leaving a lasting impact on audiences. As Aunt Bee, Bavier brought a nurturing warmth to the screen, becoming an essential part of the show's success. Aunt Bee embodied wisdom and maternal care, offering support to Sheriff Andy Taylor and his son, Opie. Bavier's portrayal of Aunt Bee was crucial to the show's popularity, earning her a special place in the hearts of viewers. Throughout the series, Aunt Bee is depicted as a dedicated homemaker and community activist, always lending a helping hand to those in need. Her kind-hearted nature and genuine compassion endeared her to audiences, making Aunt Bee one of the most beloved characters in television history. Frances Bavier's portrayal of Aunt Bee on The Andy Griffith Show not only showcased her talent, but also established her as a versatile actress. Throughout her career, she demonstrated her ability to tackle various roles, ranging from drama to comedy, earning widespread acclaim for her performances. Despite her versatility, it was her portrayal of Aunt Bee that truly left a lasting impression on audiences, solidifying her status as one of the greatest character actresses of all time. The impact of The Andy Griffith Show on Bavier's career cannot be overstated. Apart from being recognized and praised, The Andy Griffith Show also brought financial prosperity to Bavier. As one of the leading stars of the show, she received generous compensation for her contributions, which played a crucial role in securing her financial stability. With the success of The Andy Griffith Show behind her, Bavier leveraged her newfound fame to propel her career further. Even after the show concluded, she remained active in the entertainment industry for many years, continuing to showcase her talents and leaving an enduring legacy behind the laughter. While The Andy Griffith Show depicted a charming, idyllic life in Mayberry, the reality behind the scenes was far less harmonious, especially between Frances Bavier and Andy Griffith. Their contrasting personalities and work styles created significant tension on set. Frances Bavier, known for her professionalism, maintained a serious demeanor at all times, whether the cameras were rolling or not. In contrast, Andy Griffith and other cast members enjoyed playing pranks and joking around, an atmosphere Bavier did not appreciate. She strongly disapproved of Griffith's playful behavior, and while the rest of the cast enjoyed dancing and singing between takes, Bavier often kept to herself. This clash of styles led Bavier to feel that Griffith's laid-back demeanor didn't show the respect she believed acting deserved. Their personal dispositions were also starkly different. Bavier, despite her warm and sociable portrayal of Aunt Bee, was reserved and private off-screen. Griffith, on the other hand, embodied the friendly and outgoing persona of Sheriff Andy Taylor, both on and off camera. These fundamental differences seeped into their off-screen relationship, contributing to an atmosphere of tension and misunderstanding. Despite sharing a close bond on screen, Bavier and Griffith struggled to connect off-screen due to their differing personalities and professional approaches. Ron Howard, who played Opie Taylor, noted Bavier's preference for solitude over the lively interactions of her male co-stars. An incident with George Lindsay, who played Goober Pyle, highlighted Bavier's disapproval of coarse language. She once hit Lindsay with an umbrella when he was swearing excessively on set. Jeffrey Mark, author of the Lucy book, recounted a director's story comparing directing Bavier to navigating a minefield, as any small suggestion could trigger a strong reaction. Despite these behind-the-scenes challenges, the show's quality and the authenticity of the characters' relationships remained intact. Some might argue that the real tension between Bavier and Griffith added depth to their interactions, enhancing the show's appeal. While there were real tensions, Griffith chose to remain quiet about his relationship with Bavier, avoiding public discussion of their conflicts. Nostalgic farewell to Mayberry's icons, The Andy Griffith Show concluded after its 8th season, a decision influenced by several factors, including the departure of key cast members. Andy Griffith, the central figure of the series, decided to leave to pursue new career opportunities. His departure marked the end of an era for the beloved series, as his portrayal of Sheriff Andy Taylor was integral to its success. The departure of other notable characters, such as Don Knotts as Deputy Barney Fife and Ron Howard as Andy's son Opie Taylor, also contributed to the decision to end the show. These characters had become beloved fixtures of the Mayberry community, and their absence would have fundamentally altered the series. However, the end of The Andy Griffith Show did not mark the end of Mayberry's story on television. In 1968, a spin-off titled Mayberry RFD was launched, focusing on the residents of Mayberry following Andy Taylor's departure, with an emphasis on Sam Jones, portrayed by Ken Berry. While Andy Taylor started the first season by marrying his longtime girlfriend Helen Crump, his appearances became sporadic afterward. This allowed the show to concentrate on the adventures of Sam and Mike. Frances Bavier reprised her role as Aunt B in Mayberry RFD, ensuring continuity and familiarity for viewers. Mayberry RFD ran for 3 seasons, airing 78 episodes before concluding in 1971. After Mayberry RFD ended, Frances Bavier continued to appear in films, showcasing her talent. In 1974, she appeared in Benji as Edna Anderson, and in 1977, she returned to the screen in For the Love of Benji as Mistress Wilder. Having dedicated many years to the entertainment industry, Bavier decided to retire from acting in the late 1970s. This move allowed her to leave behind the demanding nature of show business and embrace a quieter lifestyle, redirecting her focus to other aspects of life beyond the spotlight. Aunt B's Twilight Zone. At the age of 70, Frances Bavier made a significant move from one end of the United States to another, settling in Siler City, North Carolina. She hoped to find the same small-town goodness she had come to represent in the minds of many Americans. The residents of Chatham County and its 3,700 inhabitants warmly welcomed her with open arms. Soon after her arrival, she was honored with a special role in the community. Bavier became a grand marshal in numerous parades, was celebrated at various civic functions, and was often seen driving around town in her green 2-door Studebaker, the same car featured in the show Mayberry RFD. She moved into her new home at 503 West Elk Street, expecting to find her version of Mayberry. However, reality turned out to be quite different. Instead of the peaceful and idyllic setting she envisioned, she felt like she was living in a Twilight Zone episode. People would often gawk at her house and stop by to peek through the windows. Whenever Frances felt lonely, she would venture out to the grocery store or dine out. But she was frequently bothered by fans. People constantly made jokes about Aunt B, making her feel like she had lost her own identity. Everywhere she went, she was seen only as Aunt B from the television show. Even downtown, all eyes would be on her, and at the beauty parlor, people would invite her to church and try to involve her in community activities. This constant pressure took a toll on Frances, and her only escape was her home, where she had everything delivered. The situation became so overwhelming that she sought help from a psychiatrist. In an interview with Elmira, New York's Star Gazette, she explained that spending 40 years immersed in a make-believe world eventually takes its toll. She realized that sooner or later her mind would start to struggle, and seeking professional help was the wise thing to do to break free from the persona of Aunt B. By the 1980s, Frances was living in her back bedroom with her curtains drawn tight. She shared her living space with 14 cats, finding solace in their companionship. She even converted a 250-square-foot bathroom into a giant litter box for them. Visitors would notice peeling paint and a filthy environment inside the house, with the strong smell of ammonia from the cat litter. This was quite a change for the sophisticated New Yorker and Hollywood actress. In 1986, after withdrawing from public life, Andy Griffith and Ron Howard tried to persuade her to join a Mayberry reunion movie they were producing. They went to her door, but she refused to let them in and instead talked to them through the door. Frances wished to participate in the movie, but confided that she didn't want anyone to witness the extent of her illness. Living alone, she mostly kept to herself, preferring solitude. She hoped people would cherish the memory of Aunt B as she was before. Andy Griffith shared this in an interview with the News and Observer. On Larry King Live in 1998, Griffith recounted how she called him 4 months before her passing to apologize for her behavior on set. This act of repentance likely required considerable courage and introspection. Producer Richard Linka described Bavier as sensitive and occasionally moody due to her age, emphasizing the importance of being cautious in interactions with her. Despite some initial friction, Griffith and Bavier developed a close friendship over time. Frances Bavier's lasting impact. In her later years, Frances faced various health challenges, including heart disease, breast cancer, and arthritis. Despite these issues, she remained resilient. However, in November 1989, she was hospitalized due to heart problems and stayed there for 2 weeks before being discharged. Unfortunately, her health continued to worsen, and on December 6, 1989, just 8 days before her 87th birthday, she passed away at her home. Her passing was attributed to several health problems, including heart issues, COPD, and arthritis, in addition to breast cancer. Fans worldwide mourned her loss, remembering her iconic portrayal of Aunt B in The Andy Griffith Show. Her character had become a symbol of warmth and care, and her passing left a void in the hearts of many. Frances Bavier's influence extended beyond her lifetime. Despite her wealth and talent, her plans for her wealth went far beyond her death. According to the Los Angeles Times, the reclusive actress spent her final days in a sparsely furnished room, highlighting her humble lifestyle. Even in her final days, she remained a beloved figure who had left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry. Personal life. Frances Bavier's personal life was shrouded in mystery, leading many fans to speculate about her relationships. While some sources suggest she married Russell Carpenter, a military man, in 1928, their marriage reportedly ended in divorce in 1933. Others believe Frances never married, choosing to keep her private life separate from her professional one. After The Andy Griffith Show ended, Frances Bavier moved to Siler City, North Carolina, where she lived a quiet life until her passing. Although she hoped to find peace and solitude, the reality was different. The constant attention from fans and her declining health made her life challenging. Despite being warmly welcomed by the community, Frances found herself feeling like she was living in a Twilight Zone episode. People would gawk at her house and stop by to peek through the windows. Even simple outings to the grocery store or dining out became uncomfortable due to the constant jokes and comments about Aunt B. Feeling increasingly disconnected from reality, Frances retreated to her home, rarely venturing out. This isolation took a toll on her mental health, leading her to seek help from a psychiatrist. She reflected on her struggle to separate her real self from her on-screen persona, stating, "It's difficult, because Aunt B is so much nicer than the real me. Unlike plays in which you play a character for only a couple of hours each night, you must be a television character 12 hours a day. And even when you go home, people don't recognize you as you, but for the character you play. It can be confusing. In her later years, Frances faced numerous health issues, including heart disease and breast cancer. In 1989, her health took a significant turn for the worse. On November 22nd, she was admitted to Chatham Hospital, where she spent 2 weeks in the coronary care unit. She was discharged on December 4th, but sadly, Frances passed away on December 6, 1989, just 2 days after being released from the hospital. The immediate causes of death were listed as congestive heart failure, myocardial infarction, coronary artery disease, and atherosclerosis, with supporting factors being breast cancer, arthritis, and COPD. Shortly before her death, she reached out to Andy Griffith, expressing regret over their strained relationship. Griffith recounted her saying, "I'm sorry we didn't get along better. It was my fault." Her personal relationships were also complex. Frances had a reputation for being somewhat difficult to work with, stemming from her perfectionism and strong-willed nature. This often led to tensions on set, particularly with Andy Griffith. However, their professional respect for each other's talent always remained intact. Frances's decision to seek reconciliation with Griffith in her final days highlights her desire to mend old wounds and find peace. In addition to her professional struggles, Frances's personal life was marked by her love for animals, particularly cats. She lived with several cats in her home, which provided her with much-needed companionship in her later years. However, her reclusive lifestyle and health issues meant she was often alone, leading to further isolation. Regarding her financial legacy, Frances Bavier, renowned for her roles on stage and television, amassed a substantial fortune estimated at $1.4 million at the time of her passing. In addition to her acting earnings, she owned valuable real estate property worth $700,000, which she included in her will. Demonstrating her generosity, she allocated a trust of $100,000 to benefit the Siler City Police Department. Frances Bavier had a particular fondness for cars, especially Studebakers. It was rumored that she would not consider driving any other type of car. She was an active member of the Studebaker Drivers Club and proudly owned a 1966 Daytona model. After her passing, collectors quickly purchased it for $20,000, a testament to its value and her taste. Recently, Frances Bavier's Siler City home, a 5,000-square-foot property, was listed on the market for $425,000. The house is noted for its luxurious interiors and impressive exterior. Frances Bavier was regarded as one of the leading actresses of her era, achieving her success through immense dedication and hard work. Her reclusive life and tragic end contrast sharply with her on-screen persona, providing a poignant conclusion to her remarkable career. What are your thoughts on the reclusive life that Frances Bavier lived and how her life tragically ended? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.